Greetings and welcome to Caribbean Vanguard. Came across this video of the former president of the United States, George Bush. Back in 2007, he was answering questions from the press, and they asked him a very interesting question talking about sanctions. I would like you to take a listen to it. And the reason I like you to take a listen to this video is because it ties into something else that happened more recent.
I wonder what your thoughts are about how you further tighten the financial pressure on Iran in particular, if it also means economic pain for a lot of our allies.
Yeah, it's an interesting question. One of the problems, not specifically on this issue, just in general, let's put it this way, money trumps peace sometimes. In other words, commercial interests are very powerful interests throughout the world. And part of the issue in convincing people to put sanctions on a specific country is to convince them that it's in the world's interest that they forego their own financial interests.
Now, I really don't believe that the president or the former president intended to give that much information. These are the type of conversation they may have in a back room, in a room that is secured, and the information will stay within that room and get to the people who they want it to get to, not out in the press to the public like this. Now, the reason I found this to be fascinating is because of what I see happening in the Caribbean and in Africa, in these nations. They are in debt so badly that these nations that they are in debt to basically own them and have major influence over shaping the future of those countries. That is why many times when you hear your politicians talk about stakeholders and the local people, they are not going to list off who these stakeholders are. And I wish that the local people would pressure them to do that. Who are these stakeholders you're talking about?
We are happy to use this opportunity for the PLP press conference to engage with the public, with the media, with stakeholders, as well as the electorate on the matters that affect them personally.
Stop speaking in code to us. Another thing I must point out, in when he said, money trumps peace. What he's saying there is that with a sanction and other things, if a country don't want to side with you, all you have to do is offer them some money. And when you offer them the right amount of money, you can make them do things they never imagined they would do. And this is what has been happening for generations. These folks understand the power of money. And money is what caused the slave trade. Money is what caused a lot of people to take risk. Many times you think that people are brave and would jump off of cliff and dive in caves and stuff. Yeah, sure, some people have a thrill, but in many cases, there's money involved. Money make people do things that they wouldn't do if the money was not involved. So President Bush understands that, and he said it as plain as he could without going too far into it. He was reassuring the press that, hey, we got it under control. We know what money can do. Don't you know what money can do? Did you forget? Wink, wink. Basically, we got this.